Hello, lovely people of the Zelda world. We're coming live at you with another Season 5 Standard Tournament match. This is lower bracket round 3. We got Ryuja versus YUSoEpic. On commentary, we got Star and we have VXR. How are you two doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, doing pretty good. Looking forward to a good race here. Got ourselves a Quebecois versus a Francophone here. It's not a Francophone here. So returning from any of the tourneys, Ryuja newer to the scene. They have never actually raced in the same race before.
Refreshed the thing. We had having problems with that earlier, but it should be fixed now. They've raced 5 times together.
Okay, 5 times together, yeah, because it wasn't showing properly. Okay, 5 times together, Ryuja taking 3 of the 5. But this is your first direct 1v1. 20th seed versus 36th seed.
Both lost their first tournament match, but they've won their first 2 losers bracket matches.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, this is the end of the road for one of them. We'll see who it is. And hope everyone in chat's doing well. Let's start off with some shoutouts. Give our runners here a follow while YUSoEpic and Ryuja. Thanks to my co-com VXR, to our trackers, Fender17 and Carliana, to our race streamers, Soulblade, and to our race monitor Pick.
I also want to mention that Say awaits the winner of this match.
So it should be interesting. Anything you particularly want to see from this seed today, VXR?
Just I don't really root for certain kind of things that could happen in a seed, but just a fun seed, interesting logic.
Yep. We'll see if it's 80 skulls or both again, because we keep getting those things for some reason in these. In Top 32 and Challenge Cup this year.
Yeah, random bots on a roll. No matter who rolls the seeds. Starting as adults.
Starting as adult, and looks like we have Requiem start as well, which isn't too bad. We'll see how this goes. And it's an adult as well, so we have some interesting early options. Quick early song. You will get path hints for all 5 medallion dungeons, which is nice because that's been an issue before, where there were 6 medallion dungeons and the one dungeon that didn't get a path hint ended up being the major troll.
Although we could get a duplicate if, like, for example, if DC's a medallion and there's 2 bomb eggs available. Of course, we don't know that.
Yep, and bienvenue, bonsoir, Papy Clan avec un raid de 50, merci. Merci pour le raid et bienvenue. Nous viendrons de commencer un match ici. Switching back to English. Hey everyone, thanks for the raid. Happy one of our French-free streamers here. I'm unsure what he was just streaming, but welcome in. Yes, I do in fact have 2 francophones, 2 French speakers here. Someone mind enlightening us as to where you just from? Because I actually
think
don't
Belgium, based on what Flu said.
Apparently, yeah, because I don't remember. In case I want a translation, just me reading the raiders in French. Welcome in, thanks to the raid, and here we are. Alright. Alright, where are we going to spawn?
In the market entrance.
Alright, that's not too bad. Immediate Requiem from Yuso as Ryuja heads for CAC.
And we got the fiction up in chat. Could not see the size of the chest that was on the right hand.
I could never tell.
Alright, we get Saria's song here.
Mm-hmm.
That is like a heart piece on the arch. OGC flush, thanks.
Mm-hmm. And yes, I think that was a heart piece on the arch. That's a bomb bag on the man on the roof. So OGC is foolish. Nice change from a seed we saw this past weekend, as we see Water Temple Boss Key Chest is useless.
Yeah, well, go in DC blind.
Yep.
Hopefully it's not like, I think there was a match recent. Actually, it might have been too soon, but I won't say what happened. Oh, that's magic on the windmill.
Alright, that's gonna be nice to have. Two really good early items.
So based on how it usually goes for us, when will be in Gan's Castle today?
Probably as I get Sunsong in the windmill. Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a CAC path hit for bombs and or magic.
There's a big chest in the shield grave. Maybe that's slingshot. I guess it's child spirit access already. He's hard in a crate. Yeah, I won't spoil Ecola versus Yo-Yo. It was a good race. I see Top Pile's doing some selling out in chat. Guess I can sell out with the YouTube command. And Paris is nothing. I'm getting an early Sunsong grave check now. That early Sunsong. Yeah, it's just resort. More bloopies.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, sorry. Somehow my Discord decided to start accepting mic inputs for like the last couple of minutes. Bipsies, I'm back now. Yeah, looks like Ryuja's heading for DC. Makes sense with those early bombs.
It's like just a recovery hard on above DC.
Mm-hmm. And what I was trying to say there, what do you think of their cosmetics today, VXR?
I like YUSo's blue better than Ryuja's dark gray or black.
I don't really mind. Yeah, I like the blue, but I also think the the dark gray is alright. It's greenish. It's hard to tell. Depends on the lighting, as you see.
Souls is dead.
I actually, something we were discussing Ryuja's nationality earlier. That is the Belgian flag on his C buttons.
Is that a yellow? Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a yellow A button.
Yes, it is. So that is, in fact, the Belgian flag from left to right. Usually you tend to see the flag colors go from the hearts to the A and B buttons and then C buttons, but hey, this works too.
That looked like a big chest on the bridge.
I think it is.
And more money.
Yep. Small chest here. And that's a shield purchase for YUSo.
Not great discounts, though.
Yeah, but I guess it's something.
There's more money in DC.
Yeah, there is a major item in DC. It doesn't mean it has to be a useful major item. It could just be another slingshot.
Or the Stone of Agony.
Or an Air's Love, or the Ice Arrows. That's an unusual peek here from YUSo. Looking at the wall, which is small, I did not realize it could do that from all the way down here.
I did not either.
Slingshot was in the shield grave, chat.
Two small chests in this room. Nice. Find out what's in this big chest.
Hey! Speaking of useless major items that could have been there, thanks for the Ice Arrows game.
You just be careful, down to half a heart.
Should be
Right,
some yet right there.
Yeah, there's a fairy back here too.
Mm-hmm.
So far, DC has been barren.
Very barren. Hopefully there's something on King Dodongo or at least a medallion to make this trip worth it, but at least you know your opponent's probably doing the same thing.
Yeah,
It's hard to
but
not go DC when there's a bomb bag and CAC and you spawn as adult.
yeah.
That I don't think was intentional for you, so ouch. He has to climb all the way back around. I think he's trying to do a fancy jump slash stretch, land on the skull. It did not work. Or something, at least. He was trying to do something interesting with the jump slash, and that's gonna cost him a minute or two here to run all the way back around. Feels bad, man.
And absolutely nothing in DC. Hopefully it's at least a medallion.
Yeah, because otherwise, what a bust.
Oh, it's a
And
force
hey,
medallion.
That's actually really helpful.
Yeah, if you go to Temple Time, you get a song.
Yep. Not going to head back up the mountain to look secure for Ryuja. Gonna get a shield first. I'll go up after, because the Goron City area is actually pretty decent with explosives. We're just gonna save quit instead, that works too.
I think we're just gonna head off the child now.
Makes sense. As Slingshot can check out Colossus's child. Not much difference from adult. For the Colossus checks, but it's easier.
Lost Woods is on the path to Morpha. Arcanine just the Serenade. Goron City Hammer
City.
touches the bow, and 40 Skulls is dead.
Alright, what was Path to Morpha?
Lost Woods. See what the remaining medallions are. We know water's one of them. Yep, there it is.
Water, DC, Jabu,
Jabu.
Forest, Fire.
Now he's Deku, Shadow, and Spirit for stones.
Yep, so, good, not too surprising. It's a useless song to get Bolero on Prelude because, well, that's a really terrible stone layout if it was an AD for anything.
I mean, you don't have to go into those dungeons, though.
Yeah. Depends on the item layout, as we actually get Bolero here from Ryuja to get the song, which is Minuet.
And continue on with the song chain.
Yep. The going child just yet, then never mind. I think that's a rupee in the wall.
And another rupee on the volcano.
Yep. So, it is. Yuso is now beating King Dodongo. And there's storms. Spirit is path to
Stone
Baronade.
Spirit is on the path to Baronade.
Lovely. It could be AD, oops, AD for items, as we like to call it, where you end up going through most, if not all, of the stone dungeons for items.
We know we have to go through spirits.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I remember a seed, like, for instance, where Forest Temple had... There was, like, a Strength 2 in the Forest basement, and 1 earlier, along with, like, 3 other major items in Forest. There was a behind the first bow on King Dodongo, and then the last dungeon was a stone like in one seed ages ago, so it was Oops AD because you were doing King Dodongo in the Forest Temple basement.
Yeah.
So it was like AD for Serenade or something, but they had DC enforced on like the first half hour. They got Serenade. Because at that point you might as well. It was a co-op turning seed, so the second member of each team could have skipped out on beating Phantom Gaiden for Serenade, but it was early enough in the seed it wasn't worth it. We've also had more recent Oops AD for item seeds, but I won't spoil some recent races just yet. But I will say that there was a race these last couple of days that was Oops AD for items,
Yeah.
among other things.
If it's not 80 for the song, it's going to be 80 for the items.
The game does love to do that. Nothing on child shooting. You're not wrong, Nunka, saying most seeds in this tournament were disgusting. Yeah, the Challenge Cup has not had it any better. I think there's been at least 3 Challenge Cup seeds that went past 4 hours.
Yeah, the mean time for S5 races so far is like 2:48.
Yeah. It's probably a little over 3 hours for Challenge Cup, though I don't think anyone's bothered calculating the stats.
This is pretty remarkable, even considering that we've had all these 80 and high skull seeds in S5.
I think that shows how CSMC has been lowering the average somewhat, despite some absolutely terrible seeds.
Yeah. Here's a big chest in the Boulder of Destiny. Goron is dead.
Goron is useless.
And this is it's Inspire?
Okay. Stone Shadow exists. We have a magic meter. Nocturne is who knows, and we need to hook Shadow Hover Boots to get in the door, but that's something. Yeah, Stone Shadow does love to find a way. If they find a market path, a field path to anything, that might be concerning.
And those are choosing the Tech Grotto.
Alright, so not necessary to get.
I mean, if it ends up being path, the tens could just be for Spirit Key logic.
That's also true, except for Spirit's a stone too to be XR. That's not great news either.
But that's instant path. At least I know.
Depends on how deep the Spirit path is too.
Zeal cannot be on OOT because Shadow is a stone, and by the way, it's Serenade.
Yep.
Zeal Maricat could be interesting because Spirit Temple's locking it. Locking Burning Cack. Or
Jabu's locking Burning Cack.
Well, Spirit's path to Baronade, so it's locking something to complete job is what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Soul Blade Serenades on OOTs to get vanilla opponents. I mean, Zeal might be on Burning Cack at the rate we're going, because we haven't seen it yet.
Alright, Boomerang. So probably Rita's Letter in Spirit Temple then.
Probably.
Or it could be a scale of seals on Burning Cag.
Yeah, it could be a scale, so that would mean that the other scale has to be scale locked. Alright.
Okay,
Okay!
game.
Game! Not quite a vanilla spawn. Vanilla spawn is just standing inside Link's house. This spawn is entering Link's house. There's Zeal.
Alright.
So yeah, Rudo's letter behind Spirit today.
Ryuja's not checked the other SFM hints yet.
He'll do so when he goes to do Child Lost Woods. I think he wants the song first.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be good for him, because he'll get Saria's song here, which will let him do Skull Kid and Darunia.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he would have to backtrack for those two checks, and that just sucks. He can folk through Lost Woods in one trip with Bombs, Slingshot, and Saria's. I still have no idea what that is. Alright, so what do you think is Path to Morphin Lost Woods? Is it going to be boring and be a Hugshot or Iron Boots, or is it going to be something a bit more interesting?
Put out the Kokiri sword and I'll send him to Deku Tree.
That'll be too nice for the scene.
Yeah, strength could be something. Oh wait, Water Boss Key Chest is dead. Fun fact, that logically requires strength if you don't have hover boots.
Yep, because you need to get around the back.
It's DLC that you never see in this. I think
Nope.
these runners all can do the jump without hovers.
Unless you turn on, I think there might be a couple crates back there or something. Then you might have to go back there and crate sanity.
Oh gosh, crate sanity.
Because I know that got added recently to the Pot Sanity and Ruby Mania branch.
Yes. Fun fact, Master Quest Water Temple with crate sanity has like and pot sanity and ruby sanity, all of that. It's like 123 checks or something like that.
It's something, yeah, it's utterly ridiculous. Master Quest Water is certainly one of the greatest places in the game.
Child Spirit has 2 small keys.
Okay, so that's good to know for
He's
things.
just not gonna get that one. Or I guess might get it on the way back. Okay, we did get another heart.
Okay. And crate size matches contents, I would assume that the current crate size would be for major items and they shrink it for smaller items, although this reminds me of the conversation about pot size matches contents using the texture for the Goron City pot. Perhaps also the size, so I think that might break the game a bit too hard.
Yeah.
So maybe something in between? The size of the regular pots and the size of the Goron City pot would be interesting, and we're just not getting the other key. Okay. Huh.
Does Ryuja think that right hand is small? But I still would get the key if that was the case.
Yeah, I don't get this. And like that can mean a difference in getting to the top spirit, for instance, depending on.
Ryuja uses the keys in the wrong way. Okay, this is 3 keys.
Yeah, you don't know where the item you're looking for is, and we've seen it be an issue before. There's people don't get the key, where having issues getting to deeper parts of spirit can be a game breaker. Yep, adult climbs in logic once they find 2 strength upgrades.
We're gonna get map chest X. This isn't logic because we can use Din's Fire.
Yep.
Alright, it's the boss key. Boss key and map or sunlight doesn't necessarily mean it's fire locked. If it's a small key, it is.
Yeah. There is a note though that we haven't seen this path item yet, and this sunblock is the last chest child can do. Yeah, don't die here, Ryuja, cause half a heart here is kinda scary. Oh, that's not it. It's not fire locked, but the path item is strength 2 locked. Twin Rova is fire locked, but that doesn't really tell us much of anything unless the path item is on Twin Rova, in which case, well. Rank chest is useless. Fire is foolish. That's
not a bad foolish until boss keys on highest Goron or hammer chest.
How useful that ends up being is going to depend on if hammer's available, because one of the things that tends to happen with foolish dungeons is, especially for something like fire, which has a very specific item requirement, often the dungeon is foolish because it's the last dungeon in the game logically, so you don't have anything to find by the time you get there. So for all we know, hammer's going to be there.
Actually,
that feels bad for you, so.
Kind of like an indirect last wave the hero that some people have tried.
And with Spirit Path to Barony, you have to go back for this chest here. Yeah, Fire doesn't lock any songs or anything. It doesn't. There's nothing that says it has to be the final. It has to. Hammer's going to be their go mode item, but it does happen that the last dungeon you're going to complete logically is going to be the one that's foolish. Forty's dead.
Creepy to the 40 hints.
And the small chest. Shoot the sun's dead, alright. Hey Shadow, yeah, I guess we've got restreamers on comms. BXR and I do pair often, and we've got ourselves a Pix seed.
Yeah, Milo's house is completely useless.
Again, what's new?
I haven't seen big chests lately. More than earlier in the tournament. Yeah, one song away from Frogs 2, and we don't have a hint for that yet.
Yep.
I see Texas already flaming Randobot for everything that's gonna go wrong.
Welcome in, John T. Rating with a party of 5. We've got ourselves a season Creative Time Randomizer Season 5 Standard Tournament. Losers round 3 match between Ryuja and YUSoEpic.
And Kokiri Forest is completely useless.
Yay. If we get a foolish hint for this, that's just gonna be, gee, thanks.
Yeah, we're just missing one more foolish. It's probably gonna be this, because of how the game likes to mess with us.
Yep. Hints can be brilliantly useful. They can also be horrendously useless. Yeah, Skull keep giving us a stick upgrade, I guess I'll take that. Kokiri Foolish here in Lost Woods would be a classic. We're also going to see what the path item here is. Is it getting a Goron City Hen? Okay. And that might be it. So, strength path
Okay.
more. And a recovery heart. Alright. Yeah, strength is also that strength is 1/2 of our access to adult spirit.
Yep.
Our 50 for X2 Skull Mask, 3 paths, and 1 foolish and 1 sometimes. And
okay, that hook shot is definitely path.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. As you do need both hookshots to even get to Morpha. You can beat Morpha without a hookshot in Boss Shuffle, but just even getting there requires a long shot in these seeds.
Put a valley on the path to Volvagia. Well, that's not Hammer Rocks unless it's like hover boots. Okay.
That's a Kokiri sword in the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto. So, Valley Path to Volvagia. Foolish is actually a useful hint because Hammer is not going to be our go mode item considering it's Sphere 0. It can't be Hammer Rocks after all.
Yep.
Otherwise, if it is, we have a major problem, and I need to go yell at Trezor for something.
Well, it could just be hover boots, too.
Could be that, true. So that would be interesting. Not super surprising, but would be fun. Yeah, that's likely Hammer, although if hover boots are on Hammer Rocks, that's just rude. We'll see. I mean, it's possible also to be a wallet or a tunic, but considering there's 3 separate options for that, 2 wallets and a Goron tunic, it would be kind of unusual for with Fire Foolish for Fire to lock both of the other options to get a tunic. Unless the other 2 were both in Ganon's castle or something. Urunia was just a Hylian shield. Let's see what the pot has. And gold ruby.
Alright, let's see what's in the other chests in the Goron City maze.
Yep, we know left side is a bow, now that we currently have access to it. That's not a big chest on left side. Water Temple boss key is still dead, and there's nothing of interest here in Goron City other than that bow, it looks like. Yep, gonna be a Deku play. May as well.
Yeah, let's whack him. These number checks.
Mhm. Yeah, Ryuja not bothering with the skeleton core on City Music. I just didn't feel like it. Also got a 2 hints by Deku, see if there's anything interesting. Ryuja is trying to get bombs here, or at least money for bombs. Not much luck there. And yeah, we're still missing a 50 hint. Might be here. Nope, that's the other
No.
big Oron copy. Okay, sure.
Boomerang is on Richard.
Yep. Not really an issue for Ryuja at the moment, because he does not need it. We know that Riddle's letter is not presently accessible as a child. Considering it's Battle Spirit locked. Rain chest is still dead. Okay, no useful hints by the Deku tree. Thanks, game. When will Stone Shadow come into play? Well, if Nocturne shows up soon and we get and hover boots are the path and valley, we might be seeing Shadow at some point. We've gotten all of our convenient song locations except for the Composer Grave, but that might be our Nocturne. Yeah, this is looking a little bit like OoTR for items. We'll find out, I mean, eventually. That's a big chest.
Okay.
And, okay.
Double magic.
Thanks, game. Yeah, that wasn't magic locked. Doesn't sell as much though, because we haven't gotten a Cack path hint to anything. They were missing 2 paths, but Cack is not one. One of them could be Cack, but that would get likely. In that case, that might be just a bomb bag. Yes. Second magic, not in shadow. YUSo forced to buy some bombs because he ran out. Tried grinding for some, had no luck, so just buying some because that's how it goes. There's nothing in the top of Deku there for Ryuja.
Yeah, we're gonna get Dins to burn the lead here.
I mean, you have double magic and Dins, why not, I guess?
Yeah, so far nothing in deck, but it's not Baron because the magic isn't magic locked.
It's just not interesting. Where do you think they go next when they go adult VXR? I'm thinking a Forest Temple dip might not be a bad idea at this rate. We've got the strength, it's got a hookshot, it's a medallion, and they do have minarets.
And I'd probably go to Gerudo Valley too.
Yeah, I would go with Gerudo Valley as Child into Lake first, with that being path.
And if it's Hammer, you can go get the bow and get full clear forest.
Yep. Yeah, Valley Lake, get the owl, go adult, and then go forest with or without the bow. Yeah, not even a heart container. You might as well pick it up here for off of Goma. Well, if it's hammer, you probably on the way, grab it on the way to fire. I don't know at that point, Pepperoni, because they don't have a lot of health right now for Volvagia. They haven't found bomb chews, no sign of a tunic or the wallet, and they don't have a bottle either for fairies. Volvagia is not the most appealing of ideas at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, I might just go get the bow, blow, blink the ground, and head forth before I would go beat Fire Temple. Like, it's not urgent anyhow. You have Valero. It's something to do eventually, but not in any kind of priority.
The Forest and Fire are what lock Light Arrow cutscene.
Mm-hmm. Well, you might go. Well, you still might go Forest first in case you find a wallet or a tunic in there, or at least a bottle or something to make Fire not suck. Because even for top 64 players, 5 Hurt Volvagia with no bottles, no chews, and no tunic is not a fun time.
No Megalon Sword.
Nope. I'm not even sure what's possible with that little stuff, but you need a little bit more than that, I think, to do 40 second. 40 second full. OT is still Serenade. Can we get some actual not copies game? Valley cleanup's also sensible. This will be a full field, field cleanup too was good. This will be a full clear for Ryuja. Besides, won't be getting the hint by Valley, I don't think, but no one actually really gets that. I mean, he could actually get it, is the funny thing. He does have Dins of Magic. Icy Waters is dead. Okay, that's a new hint, but it's not the most useful of hints. Might get back of Lake hints, actually. Ryuja's time of day is not very good right now.
He does have Sun Song.
Oh, that's true. I forgot that. Thank you.
You're missing 3 always and still and 2 paths.
It would not be a bad idea to go for back leg hints when you're missing this much information.
Although it might just be Path to King Nananga or Path to Phantom Ganon.
Nice one cycle Goma for Yuso. On there, I do tend to forget about Sonic sometimes, especially when I'm in comms. Despite having 4 separate trackers even, the restream ones and the runner's personal trackers in my face, I will still miss it. Yuso just not picking up the hurt on a Goma, okay. And okay, pair of hover boots. Well, that does still get you access to your bow anyhow, because you can just go cheese it through the maze, and that's fine.
Could just be for fire logic.
It could be, until Shadow Temple has your hammer, and then you're in for fun. Because it's not the waterfall. And Hammer can't be locking itself on Hammer Rocks. Wasteland's foolish. Brilliant.
Wait, these are not good foolishness today.
No, they suck. Well, Fire might be useful. The other two, not so much. Yeah, the waterfall is a gold rupee.
It's worth 200 rupees. 50 skulls is dead.
Alright, it is not a skull seed for a change. Might still end up being Noob's AD for items at the rate we're going. Well, Deku was useless, but they went there anyway, just because it was pretty appealing for Chucks, and Spirit and Shadow are both smelting a fair bit. You're definitely doing Spirit. They very well might end up in Shadow.
What is that?
Jinx.
First
Anyone in
glance,
chat?
that long shot, maybe?
Chad agrees with us. Yeah, I was thinking maybe a long shot. I saw something kind of blue. Huh. Okay, I think Chad is agreeing that that is a long shot on the letter spot, which is fun.
So add scale to the list of Go Mode items.
Yep. Could be right here. If the fish would bite, there we go. If that path is a scaled Morpho, that would be fun, as we get a nut off of child fishing. Yeah, we also have Renault that scaled. Pathmorpha is the first hook shot, to be fair. Skull Mask?
Yeah,
We do not know. No idea on Skull Mask, no idea Frogs 2, no idea on our last two always. Path hints, sorry. Wow, brain. We're missing 2 always and 2 path hints. Actually, this is perfect time of day here for Dape digging.
Alright, we're just gonna go into Nightcap. Put some
Get some
skulls, check
skulls as
Dape
well.
digging. Yep, and the well is available.
Not a bad play, really. You're still missing multiple items. Like, you know Spirit's Path to Bear Knight, but you can't get into Adult Spirit right now. You don't know where your hammer is. You don't know where scales are. You don't know where iron boots are. Might as well. Pardon the terrible pun. And yeah, that's a long shot.
Just nuts.
Alright, if this is Nocturne, we have to seriously think about Shadow Temple. It is currently a 1 in 4 chance. And I would not entirely be surprised at this point. 1 and 3. Is it 1 and 3? Oh yeah, it is. I can't compare. I'm mismarking my own notes sheet. Oopsies. Yeah, 1 and 3 chance, and nope, that's Prelude. Alright.
Okay.
So, Nocturne and Song of Time are Ice Cavern and Burning Cack. No need of flame storage because they have dens. And magic. This is river play for you, so good folk divergence here from Ryuja. We'll see what this is. I wouldn't rush ice for the moment. You know it's Nocturne or Song of Time, and both are Rudo's letters locked, which is like kind adult spirit, which is and we don't have the slightest idea where Strength 2 is right now.
Ryuja is going to go to the well now.
Yep, makes sense. Full clearable with CL bombs and storms.
That is not the Song of Storms.
Yep, songs are hard. I do apparently it's quite a different song from Song of Storms, but hey, it happens. As you get, nothing off the frogs.
Oh yeah, Ryuja's files are preludes. Oh, this is a big chest.
Yep, and
Another copy of Shoot This
some
Gun.
copy.
Oh, there's a
And
bow.
All
And a
right.
big. Oh, so this chest down here is big.
And another bomb bag.
A bomb-locked bomb bag.
Bomb-locked.
Well, that makes us more likely to find a King Dodongo path, which would be of zero assistance at this point.
No, it would be unhelpful. That's a
Enough-
second copy of
this-
a Valley Path.
Puppet's chest is big.
Yeah. Bronze City Bow is pointless. Good to know for
Yeah, might as
logic
well pick up.
purposes.
Might as well pick up this bomb refill, and you only have 4.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. We get the skull here. Yeah, no key so far. I'm not too worried about things.
Here's a
considering
third
that-
big chest.
Okay.
Rox
as
2
we
is our
get-
last bomb bag.
Thanks, game. Thanks. Both of our other bomb bags are bomb locked.
Oh, that's a bottle of some kind. I don't think that could. Yeah,
Regular.
couldn't be Rudo's letter based on our path fence.
Yeah.
he's gonna skip
Ryuja
it.
really thinking about it there. A little surprised, actually. Yeah, going back, I was like,
Yeah, you want to, even though you don't have letter, you pretty much have a good idea where letter is. Strength 2 could be an ice cavern.
Strength 2 could be on Big Pose.
Oh wait, no wait, that's not what I meant.
Can't be an ice cavern.
Yeah,
It
it
could
can't be an
on
ice cavern
Pose.
because of the letter.
We would have a problem if our logical strength 2 is an ice cavern PXR.
Yeah, brain farting, fun. Oh, the torch went out. Yeah, just gonna use Dens, which is gonna
Give him a
light
bunch
up
of...
some other torches.
Yep.
It's gonna light up the second torch, and it's gonna watch 2 coffins open.
Oh yeah, that also gets him the ability to beat fire whenever he finally finds a hammer, wherever that is, because we have no idea.
Oh yeah, there's a Gibdo in that coffin next to there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, red potion, alright.
Oh. Let's see what this big chest has.
Strength 2!
Oh, okay,
Alright.
there's your strength 2.
And another big chest.
There are all these big chests. Oh.
Okay, that's a paperweight. And a heart piece.
There's the hammer.
Alright.
Alright, so hover. Yeah, fire's gonna be. There's like another big chest in the well.
Fire arrows! Okay, those are useless. Most likely. Until. Yeah, no, those are going to be useless because we'll have long shot by the time we get into Ganon's.
And we have Dins, anyways.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it looks like one of our path hints is going to be Cact Path to King Dodongo for that bomb bag, which is not helpful.
Yeah.
At all. And that leaves our last path hint to...
I don't think it can't be.
We might get a duplicate, actually. It depends where our scales are, but I'm not sure we're going to get a Forest Temple path here.
Yeah.
We have 2 freely available bows, we have 2 freely available strengths, and Saryasung and Minya are both equally available and not left behind much of anything.
It depends on where the long shot is.
We know where long
Oh wait,
shot
we know where. Depends where
scales.
scale is what I meant.
Yeah, both scales VXR, because if neither scale is scale locked, that's something to consider too. Yeah, hammer's available. Both hammer and strength 2 are available for the Goron City bow. And neither strength locks the other, so either one can be used for Forest Temple. The only Minya and Saryas are equally available, so that's not the problem. The only we might actually get a duplicate path for.
We can't get past the Twin Robot because of Spirits of Stone.
Yeah, we already have our items for fire. We've already got it, other than a wallet or tunic, but again, it's not that much fire locks.
Okay, there's a Goron tunic.
And it's not that, because there's tunic. I don't think our last path hint's gonna be. Our last 2 path hints will be anything interesting, because we've already gotten a path to Letter. We know one of our remaining 2 path hints is gonna be the Cactus King Dodongo. We're not gonna get a second path. If it's a second path to Baronade hint, it's just gonna be for the Boomerang, which is not great.
Yeah.
We don't need anything for fire now that we found that Goron tunic. We've already discussed forests. We might get a second water path, actually. That might be useful, but that's about the only useful path that might happen.
Yeah, scale and... If Myrtle's Letter isn't near Shell Locked, I think we're just missing a scale and iron boots. Or both scales.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryuja will get richer his next child cycle, if I had to guess. Probably route it with bowling. I think he might have just forgotten about those checks. Not an issue for now, at least. We're basically either 2 scales or 1 scale in irons from Go mode at this point.
Or from glow mode.
Yeah, or glow mode, yeah. There's not much that could trip them up anyhow, even. Maybe Mirror Shield, maybe Strength 3. I mean, they have a lot of the major items already this seed. Alright, Skull Mask is dead. Thanks. I am actually curious to see if we can get our final path, one of our last 2 path hints, just to see what it is. And if it's anything vaguely interesting. Happy 1 hour, everyone! Shoutouts here to our runners, YUSoEpic and Ryuja, to our trackers, Curliana and Fencer, And to my Kokon VXR, as well as to our restreamer Soulblade and our Race Monitor picks. Wasteland is still foolish. We're still not getting our last path hints.
And not even checking this hint.
Nope, just assumes he doesn't need it anymore, I guess. I mean, to be fair, he's probably come to the similar conclusion that it's probably absolutely useless. Both of the remaining ones. Knowing that one probably points to his ring, and the other probably... Well, maybe he's... Well, I might have gotten it in case he get that points as his boomerang, but he knows it can't be for his... One of them is going to be his bomb bag, which is not helpful. Ryuja should get Rang and Child too. I'm not too incredibly concerned about that ultimately. We get back there eventually, like when he turns in letter. I want to get Rang before he turns in letter, but goes to turn in letter, but yeah, I could also just assume that it could get a path for PG too, and yeah. Actually, no, Ryuja should know that this boat isn't path because it was separately hinted, and there's nothing specifically locking that boat. Both Hammer and Strength 2 are pretty equally available. Anyhow, though, his choice.
Alright, time for Forest Temple.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you're right. Ryuja doesn't wear hammers. I keep scatterbraiding. Lots of stuff to remember. He'll get the hammer when he turns in letter, at least. He also gets another bomb bag. Alright, do you think there's gonna be anything in here, VXR?
Probably not.
Agreed. Yuso did skip the bottle, yeah. I mean, I think he's gonna just plan on getting... I mean, he knows he can get his letter now. He has... Well, or probably. Watch Mirror Shield be locking that letter. But he does have much of Adel X Spirit accessible with Strength 2, Hookshot, and ZL now. It is a bit of a risk, but the bottle doesn't do that much for him anyway. He has a Goron tunic. That would be rude. Pepperoni suggesting mirror locking letter on Twin Nova with mirror on Bonker. That would be rude. Would also be pretty classic for Season 5.
Alright, so remembering that doesn't have a key. Have to go back and get it.
Mm-hmm. key, not too surprising. Usually there's like a whole bunch of keys in forest early and then the items are in the back.
That was a big chest.
Ooh. And there's iron boots.
Alright.
So, we might be a scale from Glow Mode.
You know, we could do a bet for a scale, which is, I don't think I've ever said that before.
We actually should get a bet for scale going. This is a really stupid sentence, and that's where we're at. Because I don't think we're getting a direct hit for it. For the odds of us getting a direct hint at this point, since they're not like going for hints anymore, is not high. There's the big moth key. 20 skulls is a good bet. We haven't seen a lot of checks in the game, so there's pretty much almost anything available that's not fire, wasteland, or OGC.
Alright, here's Double Forest Temple, which, yeah, that's a good time to get your bets in.
It's the most interesting thing going on, after all. It's not actually the earliest bet we've had. Hour 7 is pretty early for a bet, but we've had earlier. We have not seen chickens. That is a valid bet. And there's another key.
And Mycin has 13 tokens.
You have not seen Hyrule Castle Fairy. No, that is a valid idea. Someone betting off of Zora's body is punishment. That would be the only Zora lot. Zora's domain, torches, and diving were not scales, obviously. King Zora might be a scale, though. That would be interesting. Yeah, scale in water would be pretty bad.
Yeah, we got a big on him, it's useless. We went to Deku and all it had was double magic.
Yep.
Oski chest giving another small key.
Alright. Is that all the keys, actually?
Let me
I'm
think.
terrible at counting in Forest.
I think there's one more.
Okay.
It's like all the locked doors are in this area with the stairs.
Chat meeting. B versus a check Majora's Mask randomizer. It's... That's gonna close once Ryuja beats Phantom Cannon in about like 5 or so minutes.
And that is the last key. Small key. Don't think we've seen boss key.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we have. There's irons for Yuso. Chan is seriously beaming. There's toy box. Alright, does Blue Po have anything for us? Nope.
Alright, another small chest. I believe that leaves basement chest to have the boss key.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we?
Oh yeah, it was Ice Switch.
Oh yeah, I remember. 9 times gets to go elsewhere in Forest Temple.
Alright, so 2 items left in Forest, and then could go beat Fire while they're vaguely in the area just to get it. Or, well, Yuso might go beat Fire because he's vaguely in the area and might just eat it while he's here. Other than that, Probably Spirit Temple, I would think, to go
Yeah,
figure out where that letter is.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it doesn't 100% have to be a letter. There are a couple of items. Not a lot, but a couple we're missing that could be blocking the letter. Could be the scale, could be the lens, could be the mirror shield. Would be interesting if it was any of those three things. I think we've seen just about everything else that could be a path otherwise. Oh, okay, it could be a Zora tunic or a wallet for tunic logic, I suppose, but the odds of that are not good. And if it's a mirror shield, it just keeps you in Spirit Temple until you figure out the path. If they find nothing at all, that's when we get concerned. I mean, there's a good number of checks in Spirit still, so it's unlikely for there to be for them to find nothing of that could be path, but who knows? If that's the case, we would have to find a mirror shield, and who knows where that is? But yeah, they've been running pretty simply. Don't think they're going to diverge really much at all after 4th, because the next play is going to be Spirit pretty much. Other than YUSo maybe being fired, there's really no other obvious plays to go to.
Yeah. Oh, Ryuja didn't quite get the 0 cycle.
Yep. And is now having to play some tennis. Not too bad so far. Ouch, though. As I say that, commentator's curse.
Oh, and now we're getting the charge attack.
Yep. There we go. Yeah, the thing for Ryuja is going to turn a letter without rank is not the most appealing of plays. We hope he does it soonish and gets cleanup done on the way too. It's also his and that's about closed. And yep, Spirit Temple time. Let's see what's in here. We found 3 keys, so there are, we found 3 keys and the boss key, so there are 2 keys in several items left in here. Ryuja's missing a hammer off of domain torches. Whenever he does go to turn in his Rudo's letter, he'll look at it then. We're hoping he does that soonish and also gets his boomerang from Richard while he's at it. He has some cleanup generally to do. A little bit of cleanup generally to do. His child has Child Night Market, Hero Castle Fairy, domain checks. He hasn't touched River. Not a ton though, so don't be surprised if he puts it off. Nothing on compass.
Ryuja has a key right now, so hopefully Ryuja can find another one.
As long as he doesn't open the key. Oh, he's not gonna open the key door past its unblock, so he'll be fine. Might still cost him a bit of time, but it won't be terrible.
Alright, key number 4. Oh, here's a big chest in the hand.
Is this it? Yeah, oopsies. I don't think falling off there was intentional.
There it is.
And there it is. Actually, it might have been because I was scanning everything. Yeah, there's the Bruno's letter. Makes sense. Thanks. That's actually, I think it's still a pretty good hint, though, to get it, since otherwise I don't know when you get to Adult Spirit specifically.
This one's also big.
And that gives us our scale.
Yeah,
Alright.
wow. Alright, already. Alright, so Ryuja's just missing hammer and boomerang flow mode.
We here as a race stream are in glow mode, for that matter.
At an hour 23.
Pretty hilarious.
Alright, so YUSo's gonna. That was the main room northeast chest. Do you think that's what the Spurling calls it?
Something like that, yeah.
Long shots on the letter spots.
That's why we wanted to scale. And Yuso is just gonna beat fire real quick here.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, real quick, in quotes, because Foolish Fire does love to put the boss key at the very top.
We know it's gotta be hovers locked, though.
So it can't be too high, otherwise.
You can still get a hovers locked fire and compass chest boss key.
They do not have different hook shots. They've just both seen the. They should have both seen the letter spot long shot though. Because Randomizer does change the freestanding medals to actually randomized items, so we know you can look at the letter spot and know there's a hook shot there. Usually. Unless you screw up and misidentify it as a hook shot as Neighbor's Love or something, because that happened once.
Yeah.
At least once, at least. I distinctly remember it happening. One of the case of it happening. Don't recommend.
Yeah, we've seen some good amount of big chests in dungeons. Oh, is Ryuja... Oh, Ryuja's gonna... Looks like this might be an ice cavern play. Yeah, that's...
That's unfortunate. It makes sense, trying to avoid going child until he has to.
Oh, nice big chest. I wonder what this is gonna be. Double defense.
Alright. Why not, I guess.
There wasn't much it could be.
Yeah, Yuso's gonna finish fire, go spirit, get letter and scale, and be in glow mode. Nocturne might be here in ice, which is probably why Ryuja's in the area. There's nothing really pointing him here. I'm actually half surprised he's here, not GTG, which is the stronger of the two plays by a lot. Ryu might be pushing Shadow for Hover's path to Volvagia, but it's still just Hovers. Like, you know, it's a good chance it's just the boss key placement. Yeah, it could be a River Chest boss key, but I don't think that's worth it. If that's a good enough reason to go ice, but just in and of itself.
Alright, on we go and fire.
Yep. No sign of the boss key yet. Oh hey, we're gonna see this hint stone. Lake Hylia is still path to Morpha. Brilliant game. Brilliant. Actually, no, that is a new hint. Never mind. Thanks for the long shot hint, Dave. Brilliant. So we're not getting a Forest Temple path then. Not that I'm surprised. Really, not surprised. That does tell us gold scales available somewhere, because the scales aren't getting hinted past.
I don't think Scale and Letter were bomb locked though.
Yeah, because
As long as Time's an Ice Cavern, then I don't think the Frog's 2 bomb bag is bomb locked.
No, actually, no. She might be no, because Prelude Bolero. That's a possibility, actually. That would be dumb, but it's possible that Frogs 2 might not be bomb locked. But I think it's the Phantom Ganon hint that we're not getting, which means that but it should be a skill that's not hookshot locked, because otherwise the hookshot would be hinted path, and the hookshot on Lost Woods would be hinted path. No wait, so that would have gotten hinted path anyway by Lost Woods Morpha. So never mind that. Yeah, we just might not be getting a Phantom Ganon hint, because the hookshot's already being hinted at with Lost Woods path to Morpha. Could have found the strength, so that depends where the other scale is. Yeah. Yeah, I think in any case, though, I think Phantom Ganon. Our last hint is still likely path to King Dodongo, and then we just aren't getting a Force Temple hint because, presumably the scale's available or something. There's a few different ways that can work. If scales are available, or just because the hookshot's already hidden by a different path. And there we go. Thanks for resolving the bet. Axelry winning with the bet somewhere stupid. It wasn't even that stupid, and it was. I guess it was just the main bet that won. Yep, correct, Virgil. Today's hints suck. And Circle's bet. Oh, that feels bad. Yusa falling off the base in fire.
No FW, so I gotta go back around.
And Circle also getting selected for what? Fair enough, yeah. Although I would have gone with top of Spiritless Alphas works too, and Spirit Temple be locked also, just because they're both actually in Spirit Temple. Also, I apologize if I completely butchered your name, Axel.
Alright, and we're PR locked, so ISO's gonna come back to that later.
Did he not do Child Lake yet, actually?
Maybe he just hasn't confirmed PR.
You might not have, to be fair, yeah.
He's definitely seen the long shot.
I was going to say, I thought he'd seen the long shot by now. Where is he going, though? I don't
think this is gonna be GGG.
I think this is just as fast as Sweet Lake. Gonna do Tectite on the way, which makes sense.
Yeah.
This is something that feels bad though for YUSo, getting Pierre locked out of fire without long shot.
I don't think he has any shoes, so might as well pick these up.
Yeah, you never know if they might come in use. Alright, Ice Cavern has been a complete and total bust so far, by the way. And song time. Fun.
So leaves Nocturne to be vanilla.
Yep. Yeah, at least Ryuja's not going to get baited into Shadow Temple here. That's good. River Chest is not hinted. No clue, Shadow Ryuja. We have no idea where the water boss key is. We know water. It's other than it's not vanilla. And unfortunately, Ryuja's just losing more and more time here. Like, YUSo's doing some additional checks in Anna Lake, but I think Ryuja will get here eventually, and he's gonna be doing GTG, which won't get him anywhere fast.
Oh! Okay, well, if we get the Inside My Castle light arrow hint, that won't be too bad.
And there's a Zora Tunic. Nice.
That could be pass.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, we know it's the long shot anyway. Why did YUSo not finish fire? Got Pierre locked out of it.
I could see why YUSo maybe doing just some checks on the way, maybe hoping Mirror Shield shows up. No, Nocturne is vanilla, Serenade is on OT.
Yeah. And Nocturne's and Shadow's a stone, so they don't need it. We have seen the letter, and we don't need the Mirror Shield unless it later is around Twin Ruba.
Fortress Rooftop just as big.
Yeah, at this point it's just not looking great for you. Not doing...
YUSo is going into water?
YUSo, where are you going? I guess he wants the boss key, but I would just come here with a long shot and be done with it. It's not
I
like
mean,
he can
maybe
sit
he's
for
looking
hours
for
in here.
maybe he's looking for a scale.
That's possible, at
He
least.
should have the spirit path. It was in Sacred Forest
Uh,
Meadow.
yeah, he should have it.
Might not be a bad idea to rush Central Pillar, considering you found Zora Tunic in a path location.
I mean, with the long shot also there, I wouldn't take too much. I'm stacking it.
Man, what's in this big chest?
Nice
Another
bow.
bow.
Alright, that's our bow percent, not that we needed it.
And if light arrows are in Twin Rova and the mirror shields in GTG, that could bail him out. That's a big chest both in the center and on the right side.
Yeah, this is unfortunate for Ryuja. Just not doing... I'm not sure why he didn't do it. I get skipping domain, to be fair. It's pretty out of the way and annoying, but when you have Sunsong, I probably would have done the Child Night Market checks before going adult, and that's what's costing him right now, unfortunately. Because if he had gone for Night Market, he would have gotten his Boomerang, so he would have gone Child After Spirit, gone to Jabu, gotten his hammer on the way, and hit Glow Mode. Lights could be in Shadow. Wouldn't really help Ryuja though, he's spending a lot of time elsewhere. That is not working, YUSo.
There we go. But this was hinted, right?
Yes it was. I am not sure why he's here. He definitely got the hint as we get the lens in GTG. Hopefully that motivates him to go back to Child a little bit more for the additional check.
Yeah, that's good, actually, yeah.
And yeah, see, I know for a fact that YUSo checked it, checked that you got at least one copy of Lord Temple Boss Key hidden. They were on City Maze in the Cack Open Grotto, so just forgot, I guess. Brain farts.
Another key here.
Yeah, I guess YUSo's scoping for Mirror Shield before going Spirit. Perhaps also a scale. Which, to be fair, this boss key is being stupidly deep, so he's not losing time anyhow, as Especially because Ryuja's doing what apparently isn't progression, unless later is our in the center chest here. With that lens flashing lights. Just... It's not a bad play here from Ryuja's perspective. Like, this is the most active play, and he's got everything for here. It's just that we know that this is not it. Just fell right in the pit. There. Yeah, it's a 1/3 chance of Rotor Test, which would be good for Ryuja, because Ryuja would have to go hike at Ice Cavern. But, we'll find out.
And I did check YUSo's VOD. He does know Spirit. He should know Spirit's Path.
Okay, that's good.
Not Dragon Chest.
Nope. So, Darklink or River Chest? Oh yeah, essential filler here as well. I think I had lost track though. And GTG like room here for Ryuja. There's another slingshot.
And Central Pillar is just a key. So that, yeah, the boss key's either Darklink or Urvis. That would mean Zora Tunic Path.
Yeah, it would, which is...
The sixth key is Morpha over... Also, just there's a blue fire bottle.
Okay, well, they don't need that.
Alright, back to fire now.
Okay. Not going to bother checking Darklink? Guess I might as well just come back with long shot to be fair, so... But I might have gone just to make sure, because otherwise you might end up with a triple dip of water if you come back with long shot before doing Song of Time, because like at that point you go back, get Song of Time before going back, or you just go back and take the 50-50. It sucks either way, as we get a Mirror Shield!
Okay, Mirror Shield?
Okay, that exists. Well, also might send Ryuja back to Adult Spirit at some point, which doesn't help anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the HBA here, just barely daytime. Yeah, it's not gonna be a big time loss, but the thing is, when you're in the Ryuja's position, every minute counts.
This is
And
a fast. This is a looking like a jet seed, and yeah, in a 1v1, you really don't like being in jet seeds because you're just waiting for the other to done at any minute.
Yeah, Ryuja knows he's not missing much, and knows that they might just be missing something. HBA is junk. It was a very nice 1850 though.
There's the boss key.
Alright. Ryuja will at least be able to, actually I don't even know. Ryuja hasn't said here yet, but should be doing so here, I think. Yeah. So we'll at least have the double dip fire.
And we're just gonna go set up here now too. Down goes Ryuja. I see why you so probably had to use Spirit now.
I don't see a reason why not at this point. No, there. Crater Fairy, I guess? Or something. He's doing... Crater Fairy, yeah, okay. And then I think Spirit, just hoping to get a scale on his... or Mirror Shield on his way, I suppose. 'Cause, 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 'cause
Yeah, just some bombs. And Ryuja's now gonna head into Water Temple.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately at this point Ryuja's pretty much out of it, unfortunately. It's really not a way that lighters are gonna troll. I don't think there's really a way for lighters to troll Yusa that hard at this point. I don't blame him for avoiding child, there's not that much to do. He'd like to see Rang before he goes child. Unfortunately his Rang is in child along with his hammer, and that is not great.
They've both seen the long shot.
They both have.
Or both looked at it. Hopefully they didn't misidentify it.
If either of them have misidentified it, that would be tragic. We don't know where lighters are, no, Joss. They could be on Twin Rover, they could be on Bongo, they could be somewhere else. We don't know.
Twin Rover could be an out for Ryuja if YUSo doesn't go to GTG.
Yeah, I guess it would come down to that point whether Yusa goes Spirit or Shadow, or whether he goes Shadow or GTG first for... whether he goes Shadow or GTG first looking for Mirror Shield. Oh, Yusa just coming here for that hint. I'm so surprised he hasn't rushed Spirit, honestly. He should know it's a path. Like, at this point, you should probably just go there. Like, you know it's path and you're hoping to get Mirror Shield, but at some point it's just gonna be worth it to just go there. And I think he should do so soon once he does this cleanup, I guess.
Still looking for more hint information.
Yeah, hoping for that last path, I guess. I mean, it might be here. Nope. Next game. Right,
This is Spirit Temple now.
Finally. Apparently, yes, Joss. Ganon just hangs out in his tower all day playing the organ until Link shows up.
Yeah, I guess YUSo wanted to just check for just world checks that he had nothing before going to Spirit.
Yeah, doing some cleanup. Would have probably gone to Spirit a little bit earlier myself, but it also just makes sense, just in case you find a Mirror Shield or a Scaleless thing, because he has no idea his scale is in here as well. Yeah, Yusa did not go for Dark Link. We're unsure why, but it might be a point later. Does he go to Ice before returning, or does he just go back and go back and hope it's Dark Link? It's a 50-50 that sucks either way, and I probably would have stuck around for Dark Link myself. He doesn't know Song of Time is a nice, but still a bit of an ouch there. Alright, mouthfuls, welcome in. My YUSoEpic will be light arrows from Go mode in about 3 or so minutes. Probably less. Because he's going to find a silver scale for Longshot and his Rudo's letter here to beat Jabu and Water Temples, which will get him his 6 medallions to spawn the Rainbow Bridge to get over to Ganon's castle to beat the final boss, though he needs light arrows for that. We don't know where those are yet, but Ganondorf will give us a hint. Ryuja needs Boomerang from Richard and a hammer from Domain Torches to be light arrows from Go mode. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to go back to Child where those two items are until he finds that boomerang, which doesn't work out today. I expect Yuso will bail after the scale, because this puts him in glow mode, and there's not a good reason to stick around, honestly, at this point. Like, I don't think it's worth sticking out for like just 1 or 2 more checks. And yep.
That is glow mode for life, so.
Yes, it is. And alright, Ryuja is going to find out for us, where is this boss key? You see, Guppy, it's not Bailing Spirit for 4 checks in Jabu. It's Bailing Spirit because you're in glow mode and you're going to get the hint from Dwarf. Yeah, it's glow mode depending water BK, but he knows he's going to be able to get Song of Time after beating Jabu anyhow, so it really doesn't matter for him.
YSO does not have Mirror Shield, it's in GTG. Center chest.
Okay, yeah, fair point. Piece of yeah, don't bail for Rudos, but bail after the scale point.
Alright, it's just on Dark Link.
Alright, so that's good for Yuso if he goes right back. If he tries to go Ice Cavern before going back, then he's gonna lose a little time. Though it's gonna be more or less a net zero, because Ryuja's gonna have to come back anyway, and it's already done ice. My Castle Light Trial might roll, I mean, possible, but I think if that is what he says, Yuso will probably play Requiem to go to GTG and get his strength 3 on the way, is my guess, I think. Hopefully. We'll have to see, though.
That's a key on the chest. So yeah, that explains the Silver Tunic path.
Yep. Not that it had to be path anyway, because Longshot was VXR.
Yeah, but it's also just double path, like.
Yep.
Happy 2 hours. You're just finally
Happy
going
2
down.
hours. Yep. Ryuja is gonna finally be in glow mode, but his a pretty good amount of fire behind. and just has a bunch of has done like a bunch of extra checks.
Helping me.
Happy 2 hours, everyone. Light and Spirit would be good for Ryuja because Ryuja already has Mirror Shield and. Oh, Yuso saying I lost Kick W on his stream. Huh. I'm not sure why. Don't think you really feel behind, but okay. Thinking that I guess this is such a jet scene, I might have lost if it's 2 hours in? I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, perhaps he lost because he went forever, took forever to get to Spirit. Anyhow, shoutouts to our runners here, YUSoEpic and Ryuja, to my Kokon VXR, to our trackers Carliana and Fender, to our restreamers Soulblade, and to our race monitor picks. Yeah, Ryuja's not happy about the ring. I wouldn't be either. Unfortunately, you know you did a lot of extra checks looking for that. Ryuja should do the domain checks after Jabu. If he doesn't, I'm concerned. French vanilla, Joss, technically, though you can't get a vanilla kit start as well. The vanilla spawn is standing inside Link's house. Today's spawn is entering Link's house. There is a distinction.
But I am back, and I just see why you says I lost KW on the stream.
Yep, probably feeling bad about going going Spirit so late with the hint. Yeah, Ryuja should get Hammer after Jabu. Yuso doing the extra checks and having to come back to fire is keeping it closer than it appears initially, perhaps for Ryuja. So that's still fire still is going to take a while there, unfortunately, and we're just going to have to spend some extra time going through through things. We're going to spend like because it does take a couple minutes to do the domain checks. I think from Ryuja's perspective, you have to get the hammer. I think you have to do domain checks, because otherwise you're not coming back.
Yeah.
Even if you feel behind for ring, I think it's still... You don't leave those behind, because otherwise you're never coming back here. Launcher really doesn't unlock that much extra.
Oh yeah, he'll go back and get the long shot. Yeah, I don't see him skipping domain checks. I mean, Shadow wouldn't be the worst thing for these runners because they have everything. Oh, they'll get Nocturne and they'll have everything for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Light Arrows and Spirit would be the best thing for Ryuja because he has that Mirror Shield already, and Yuso might go hunting. Would Morale go hunting? Might have to go hunting for it, depending on where in Spirit those would have been.
Down goes Barony, the Sweet Medallion, number 5 points.
Yep. Alright, Jab is down. If Light Arrows are in Spirit use, so we'll dip it again, looking just in case it's there before going Mirror hunting. Mirror is in the center of GTG.
Alright, there is the long shot.
Yep. Alright, so where do people think those lighters have gone off to?
No, I think a bet might not be a bad idea.
I was thinking more of a pole VXR.
Oh, yeah, I can do that, I guess.
Because I
Shadow
think our
spirits.
Shadow Spirit Ganons and then, I guess, everywhere else.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you guys have got, I'll give it 5 minutes. Have fun! It is not, in fact, those pots over there. Which, by the way, is an actual lighters you can get in Pot Sanity. Because of those pots just underneath Ganondorf. You've seen adult shooting, I think. And yeah, we're doing a poll, not a bet. There is a somewhat... Yes, VC Guppy, if the light arrows are in the pots just under Ganondorf, he will in fact tell you to go check those pots over there. It's great. You'll never meet me with those arrows from those pots over there. I can see it wording it. It's absolutely fantastic. It might come up at some point. We're going for a Freaky Friday if we decide to plan out that again. Yes, Wolfman, it does in fact actually say North. And oh no!
Uh-oh, you're just
Ryuja.
skipping the hammer.
Oh no! Oh no!
I wouldn't call this
Ryuja.
GG yet. I wouldn't call this GG yet because if it's Deep Spirit and Maya goes Wild Goose Chase Premier Shield, you know, he might not go straight to GG. But yeah, that's gonna be tough to go back. Though anyway.
That's going to hurt. I know I have photo evidence someplace, so yeah, give me a minute, and then I will. So chat, here is a link that should work for you guys. That is a picture of the Ganondorfs, those pots over there. Yeah, we're just not going back. Those are pretty. Those and the Lens game and bowling maybe. Those are like his only checks left in Child. This. Okay, and chickens and like some other utterly terrible checks. Like he doesn't have a reason to go back there ever at this point. But yes, I absolutely love those pots over there. And one of the funnier moments you can get out of Pot Sanity. Also, good thing for you, so coming back to water before going to ice, which is good. Yeah, if light arrows are not in Gan's castle somewhere weakly accessible, Yuso has a choice between Spirit and between Shadow and GTG, more or less, and then Ryuja will probably. Yeah, I was gonna. Lucky for that hammer at this point. Probably deciding hovers are path to hammer, which is unfortunate at this point.
Maya chased Darkwing to the other side of the arena.
Arklink really trolling Yuso here. Alright, and it looks like someplace else won the poll, with second place being Ganon's Castle, then Shadow, then Spirit. Well, we'll find out. Wonder stand for Yuso. Now let's go find out in a couple of minutes. Where are those lights?
I don't see Ryuja going back for Hammer anytime soon.
That one's just hard orphaned by this point. Like, they don't have a reason to go back to Domain. Big chest,
Oh,
though.
okay.
Nice BGS.
Well, that's a big chest in the flames.
Okay. Excellent. At the moment, YUSoEpic is in the lead. Nice wallet.
Further confirming path to Nick.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ryuja never did the child domain torches, which is quite the problem. Because no matter how terrible the lighters are for Yuso, I don't know when Ryuja's getting back to Hammer. Went past them going for Jabu and then just left them behind after leaving. Perhaps assumed that he's already done them, maybe gambling that they're not
Oh,
it.
inside my castle.
Ooh.
That's light trial. YUSo might he might not get strength 3 for a while.
Mm-hmm. Strength 3 is Colossus Fairy, and that would depend what Yuso's routing ends up being. Like if he goes GTG and reverses to because his two main choices right now are GTG and Shadow for those light arrow for the strength 3. If he goes GTG into plays recommend reverses to GTG, he'll get his strength 3 in the way, but if he goes Shadow first, that's going to be 15 minutes of nothing.
Oh, big chest. Scale.
Thanks, game. Lovely scale. And why is Ryu not doing Water Temple? It's done everything in it except and there's no items left, I think, so isn't bothering. Fire I think was Hover's locked. Well, it has to be Hover's locked logically, because Hover Boots are path to Volvagia and Hammer is definitely not.
Here's a big chest, which we know isn't going to be helpful. Oh!
Okay, well that's something, I guess. It's roars. Shadow Trial here for Yusu, then it's a strength 3 hunt.
Alright, it's light trial. And this is Shadow.
Alright, we're going to see 15 minutes of nothing. Yay. So, VXR, what do you want to talk about for the next 15 minutes? I mean, at this point, it's really just a coin flip for YUSoEpic here between GTG and Shadow, and both are equally valid plays, and he went with Shadow, alright.
No, we're not going anywhere.
No, we're not. So, chat, VXR, we've got 15 minutes to kill at least. That's about what we can talk about for the next while. Yeah, he'll do GTG after Shadow, hopefully reverse there. I don't see his fastest way there, and to then get get strength 3 in his way to GTG is my hope. In the meantime, though, we've got time. Does this give Ryuja a chance? Only if he somehow Galaxy Brains his way back to Child Domain, which I don't see.
Would be
Ryuja
a
has
race,
not touched
but
fire.
Ryuja has to go back to Child for Hammer, and I don't know when he's doing that.
No, and fire takes a while too, don't forget. It's not fast to climb halfway up fire.
Yeah, Random Settings League Season 4 starting soon, and they're no strangers to Strength 3 hunts.
Oh goodness, they are not. The League Season 2, I believe, is starting soon. Challenge Cup brackets just started up recently. Just started up today, actually. The bracket reveal is Saturday. So we've got that. We have obviously top 64 brackets ongoing. Plenty of stuff going on. CSR's got stuff too. The Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Random Tournament is starting next week. I wish I could talk about the Super Bowl halftime show, but I have never watched a Super Bowl ever. Don't even have TV. Usually don't. I think the last time I had TV, I ended up watching the Puppy Bowl instead, more or less just ignore the Super Bowl because I don't pay attention to sports. Shadow, I also do a bunch of Z2RE streams. I'm one of the primary commentators for them, and I know VXR covered some of the earlier matches as well for that keep up time.
Yeah. They are night owls.
They are old night owls, yep. But it's very rare to get a Z2R race before, about 9 PM Eastern or so. We had one European show up in last year's Max Random tournament and made it for some very interesting scheduling because nobody was used to early afternoon Eastern matches. Movies you're excited to see coming up? I don't watch movies either. How about you, BXR?
Not really either.
Alright, play for volunteers for racing? Good idea! So, we can always use more volunteers to commentate, to track, and also if you have some experience and want to try it out, we could also use race monitors. You can find the checkered commentators links there. There's more info to be found in our Discord. And if volunteering for CSR is not enough, the Silver Gauntlets who chose the Challenge Cup would always use more too. And that's that link. So, Shadow's done for Ryuja. There was Furores and BGS and not much else in here. This should be a couple skulls turns in here. YUSoEpic is strength 3 hunting, yes. There's nothing here in Shadow. We think he'll go GTG after this, reversing. Hopefully from the Colossus, which will net him his strength 3 from the Colossus Fairy, I think.
Hammer's on Zora's Domain, Torch's Test, Strength 3 is on the Colossus Fairy.
Is there a chance YUSoEpic doesn't do reverse slicing because Wasteland's foolish? Possible? I hope not, because it is still faster to get there from that direction than to reverse. Than to go from Lake, especially without Serenade, but we'll have to see, I guess. Light arrows are in light trial. Mirror shield is in GTG, yes. GTG Center, just to be particular.
No, Mirror Shield is not required.
Nope. Yeah, Ryuja either forgot the torches or thinks they got it already, or is gambling they're not it. Anyhow, any which way, yeah, it's going to be a hard last location. Nothing on pose.
Ryuja doesn't have much left.
No.
Unfinished water, rest of spirit.
Overworld checks, I guess. Yeah, while the trapeze notes are getting pretty well filled out. We had never found the adult trade quest item. We're missing the last bottle, the second wallet, and Nehru's love. And that's about it.
You know, I was thinking with there not being a path to Phantom Ganon and not being a path to King Dodongo, possibly not being a path to Phantom Ganon or King Dodongo, there might be another path to Volvagia out there somewhere.
There might be.
I could bail Ryuja out, but I don't think he's checking hints anymore.
I think he's decided that they're useless, which, to be fair, yeah. Because, yeah, it doesn't look likely that we have a path to... Doesn't look super likely that we have a path to King Dodongo hint. We actually still might have the path to Phantom Ganon actually for the first hookshot though, because longshot is hookshot locked, I'm pretty sure. With one scale and Ganon's and the other on the Spirit Temple ledge chest, I think? So let me go double check a thing or three before I confirm anything. No, well, let's see. Hover boots are freeze. None of the strengths or hookshot lock. Requiem was available. The keys are okay. Actually, no, you could have gotten either hookshot. So yeah, I don't think there's a Phantom Ganon or King Dodongo path here today, as stupid as that sounds. Because you had an adult ranged weapon too, and you can get hover boots for the ledge chest. Yeah, there is a decent chance of there being a second fire path. Not that it would help Ryuja, but he's not getting it. Yeah, Frogs 2 was available without bombs. Yell was Saria, Ponos was Vanilla, Saria's the Colossus, the Requiem they started with, Sunsong was the Windmill, Song of Storms was Minuet, Song of Time was Ice Cavern, and Rudo's Letter is the statue left hand, which is not, in fact, in spirit, which is not bomb locked. Strength 3 is the Colossus Fairy. If you saw Meta's Ice Cavern for GTG, that would hurt.
Yeah, when you get to this point in the seed, you often see metagaming between the runners. It's like, if it's here, I've lost, or I need to make this gamble. Oh, we might be getting backup lake hints.
Oh, we might. Or just... Yeah, that's going for back lake hits. Alright. 50 skulls is still dead. That's not helpful.
That was both 50 hints in lake.
Yep. And is this our other path hint? Nope! The other frog's hint. Alright. And this is gonna be the rest of Spirit for Ryuja.
Northern Light Trial with Strength 3 on the Colossus Fairy. And Ryuja just went back to Spirit.
Last path hint, heroic. I mean, we don't have that many hint stones left. We've written down almost every single hint in the game. We're missing one copy of 30, one copy of Skull Mask, one copy of the Icy Waters hint, and one each of the Lost Woods and Spirit Temple path hints, as well as the two of the copies of the final path. So we haven't seen Hyrule Castle 2, Hyrule Castle Storms, Grotto by Valley. I don't think we saw the fountain hint by Jabu. Did we ever see DMT Storms?
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen that. We never saw the Valley hint. We apparently never wrote down the Valley hint, though I'm sure we saw it. So that's one of the copies that we didn't write down. We did not see the DMC wall hint is the 6th, then there's probably just something utterly random I forgot about. That's our 7th. Graveyard hint I don't think we wrote down, so there's our 7 missing grave hint stones. That I did not write down on that we were noted on the sheet. 2 Bad Grottos, Hyrule Castle 2, Valley, DMC wall. And that's Shadow done for you, so.
I wonder what this chest's gonna have.
There's
the other wallet.
We have seen Ice Cavern. It has Song of Time. Ryuja got it a while ago, and that was also it. This is gonna do a bit more cleanup. I think this is a couple skulls checks. Lights are in light trial. Yeah.
Looping on 20 Ryuja, not really, no. Fortunately.
I don't think so. I'm afraid it's just he's just orphaned the domain so hard. And yeah, VX, as you know to me privately.
Yeah, this is Ice Cavern, so.
This is a metagame play, I think, which feels bad.
Because he's probably thinking GTG just seems too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Ryuja hasn't even done skulls, I don't think. Like, how many does he have? And we're gonna get King Zora first.
No, Balkanization, brain meant for entirely switching languages. Lighters are not on Skulltulas, they are on in Light Trial with Strength 3 on the Colossus Fairy, and Yuso is currently metagaming out of GTG. So he would, once he gets out of here, he should go head for GTG, but is going to reverse and get his Strength 3 on the way, so it's just gonna be fine there. And Ryuja, where are you going now?
F1's game, maybe?
Guess so.
Even if it goes back for domain, still gonna have to do fire. And that's not fast when the Muskie is on PR. Oh yeah, I might do chickens as well. Oh, there's the claim check.
Nice. And use person here, but yeah. Just finding every single item in the scene between these two.
Okay, he's not going for Castle 2 or the Storm's Grotto.
Yeah. Yeah, we could have been done quite a while ago, but I can also see why Yusa is just metagaming this hard about Seed. Also just an ouch, though. As he put off Spirit until for ages doing other cleanup checks, and then when he did go there, he skipped Colossus Harry, and now, Colossus Fairy is close to a last location for you, so outside of GTG and the assortment of terrible overworld checks.
Right, left, right. And right.
And Ryuja is having a think. He also did say in the race room earlier, almost 20 minutes ago, that he sorry about the restream, so I think he might have had to be called away for a couple of minutes. Didn't realize it would be quite this early. Since there is a 20-minute later, I've been a little bit distracted because, well, yeah. Because looking at the race room, and yeah, you just said he would be. He said sorry about the race room, so I assume this is him AFKing for a couple of minutes. He should be back around 250, 252 maybe. Not sure when exactly he comes back. I assume he typed the message sorry about the race room after he came back by the looks of it. Thankfully, this pause is not going to make a difference in the race.
Alright, let's see if... Yeah, okay, he's gonna reverse, and hopefully check the closets fairy on the way.
Okay. Phew.
Alright, and this will be no mode. Going from glow no mode to glow mode to casino mode to no mode and then soon go mode.
Yeah, there we are. And we should finally be done here in a couple of minutes. 2 hours, 48 minutes in. We're finally in go mode. That was quite a long strength 3 hunt here for you, so.
As I said earlier, anyone who watches RSL, that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times you have to clear fire or light trials.
Yep.
You see a big chest on the right side.
Ryuja is fine, he's just AFK. Did not provide the reason why, and I'm not about to ask, but he is. And there they are.
Yeah, idle chest.
And there we are, Ryuja's back. And that's a safe quit, interesting. And no, this isn't. I mean, especially for Ryuja, this is chickens. Dinosaurus Rex, these seeds generally for its runners of this skill level can take anywhere between an hour and a half for the fastest seeds to 3.5 hours or so for the absolute worst. This seed in particular, if could have been a 2-hour seed. But the way these runners have played it, it's closer to 3. Yeah, Ryuja is hard last locationing Zora's domain torches chest for his hammer. And there's no coming back from it. And that's how Rando goes at times. thought that we just played poorly. It's been a good race between the two, but then just at the end of the day, there was not leaving that letter, leaving that ring behind in Child Her, and then leaving the hammer behind after that just did it. Unfortunately, because Yuso metagaming on Strength 3 could have brought Ryuja back if he'd gotten his hammer earlier, but such is Rando. And yes, this is unfortunately going to be the end of Ryuja's run in Season 5. So we'll get to move on. His next opponent is, once I can find it. Oh, gonna be another veteran. Suzy will be my YUSoEpic's next opponent. This is round 4.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
And now surprise with Ryuja. A little too late, yep. And many GG's here to my YUSoEpic. Going to finish up the seed, win the match, and move on to losers round 4. With an official racetime.gg time of 2:54.27. GG's. And here he is. Hey Yuso, GG's on the race.
GG.
Thank you. Dang. Yeah, so... I'll take it, I guess.
That was quite a light arrow hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, I heard what happened in the race room. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Ryuja just, he left Child Night Market behind when he did Child 1. So he didn't get his wearing then. Probably close to last location did, I think. So, or at least was pretty miserable placement for it. Yeah, close to last location did.
Okay.
Like very much later. Though he didn't do job with it long after you. He hadn't touched fire. He'd done GTG, I think, and then just had done spirit.
Yeah. I mean...
And then he near last location that and left hammer behind, thinking it was in shadow, I guess. Yeah, as per his comment in the race room. Yeah, he had strength 3 pretty early. Yeah, let me translate if my brain can function.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
I was convinced that when I saw the scale next to Ruto's letter, because at first I was like, okay, hammer's kind of cool, but the more I played, I was like, wait, this hammer might not be good at all, because fire is foolish and like it doesn't unlock that much now that I have the bow and strength 2. I mean, I got the hammer before strength 2, but like once I got strength 2, I was like, well, that hammer is probably not that great. Yeah, and in the end, it didn't help me at all, because I ended up going to Lake twice and almost 3 times. Like I took a
Yeah.
risk at the end and hope the Dark Link had the boss key. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that did not work out. Ryuja also ended up going ice relatively early and trying to find rank before going back child. So you found strength. This is exact comment in race gym. I had strength 3 pretty early, but be- but I had boomerang super late, so I went. He said he went. I went all in on hammer and shadows,
yeah,
so he skipped domain, and that's his trip. That's what his comment was. He will not be joining us for interview. It is presently 4 in the morning, and in France and in Belgium. Sorry, and his English isn't the best, but GG's to him.
yeah. Okay.
Uh, yeah. Was it metagaming that sent you away from
Yes.
GTG? I guess there at the end for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. Because my early game was dreadful, honestly. I mean, not dreadful, but that hammer, like I said, didn't help me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, okay, now that I have the hammer, I kind of have to push. Even if fire is foolish, I honestly, after forest, I probably should have gone into spirit like right away. Because the way I just saw the god route, once I saw the scale, I just immediately pictured the god route. I was like, if you go to spirit right there, if you do what I did, and then you go to spirit, and then you get that Ruto's letter and that scale, and then you go back child, you do Jabu, you get your hammer, and after that you can just get your long shot after uh, Jabu, and it's done. Like you're done. But I didn't
Yeah.
know at that point that light arrows would be behind strength 3, which I didn't have. But
Mm-hmm.
even still, like that was pretty much my like I was picturing this, and I was just thinking the whole time, yeah, I lost.
Yeah,
Like
I saw your you even put it up on your stream at one point around the 2 hour mark.
I mean,
Um,
that's
I
pretty
yeah,
much what I was thinking. Like I was like, there's no way I'm winning this. And
yeah,
yes, so
and
the reason
then
why I did Shadow first at that point, I was like, okay, right now I'm in Ganon's. Ryuja's probably getting his light arrows, so if they're not like, let's see where they are. When he said my castle, I was like, and they were not there. They were behind strength 3. I was just thinking, okay, strength 3. The logical play after this is GTG. It's just the logical play. So I was like, oh, my early game cost me like finding a hammer was cost me so much time in the early game that I might as well just do the second best play. So I just went into Shadow. I was like, this is my chance of winning. And
mm-hmm.
after that, I did Ice because I mean, I there was still a chance that he did Ice pretty early, but I was trying to avoid GTG.
Yeah,
So yeah, I got Song of Time, and I was actually on my way to GTG at that point because I was like, okay, once all the like obvious zones are out, like if it's not in like GTG, Shadow, or Ice, if I do all of these as well, then at that point it's a race. That's what I was thinking because there's no way Ryuja goes back in Spirit
mm-hmm.
before doing all that I did. So at that point, I was like, I was pretty efficient, all things considered. But if it gets down to just like bad places like Spirit or like chess minigame or something like that, I was just thinking that there was still a chance. So that's why I would have gone to GTG. I just found Strength 3 on the way, but that's why I would have gone to GTG at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ryuja at that time, like, cause you guys weren't that far apart finishing Jabu. I think he was a couple minutes behind you, but not by a lot. If he had gotten his hammer then, it would have actually been a pretty close race if you had with your metagame routing.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah,
And
cause he'd already done, cause he would have been able to avoid shadow. No, he done
yeah,
shadow. He would have been able to avoid uh double dipping fire. He could have avoided some other things. He had four roars actually.
yeah, okay. No, I'm pretty sure that if he gets hammer there, it's probably like I probably lose this.
Yeah,
But
it would have. It would have been at least much closer. Yeah, Feroz was in shadow. Yep. Hyrule Castle. Very had your claim check. There were some other odds and ends. Oh yeah. Mirror Shield, by the way, was the center chest of GTG, and Lens was in there too.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it would have been like in those two areas. I had 2 areas left basically, so I did everything except GTG and Spirit. So and the rest of Spirit. So
Yeah. And the Spirit had a absolute nothing I can remember.
yeah. Okay.
About the only thing we never ended up finding on Okay, it had the last wall at the top of Spirit Deck. There was that, I guess.
Okay.
About the only thing we never actually saw was the last bottle, and that's, I don't know, somewhere.
Dang, I had one. Were all of them in the GTG area?
Pierre chest in GTG was one. I wrote down one as being in the wall coffin, and then who knows on the last.
Oh, the well coffin?
Yeah, that was the bottle in there.
Oh, I thought that was a piece of heart. Whoops.
Oh, we were wondering
Oh,
why we
that
skipped
explains it.
it.
Whoops.
Yeah, that would do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess Rando got you both tonight.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the second race in a row that I get kind of bailed out. Yeah. I mean, well, we'll take it, I guess. But this, I can't. Like, if I want to have a shot at against Seisei, I cannot route like I did today. Today's routing, my routing was not good. Like, if I want to beat Seisei, Seisei's probably one of the best players at routing. So I can't like. I'm just thinking like I definitely should have gone into Spirit before going to Fire. I think that's, but at that point, it's hard to say. At that point, yeah, I probably would have gone the scale. Yeah, nah, I think that was the best play.
No, your routing
But
made sense, and you were doing a lot of progression. It just, well, that's how
yeah,
things go, I guess.
yeah, I really wanted to just, now that I had the hammer, I wanted to at least do Fire. So before I go back Child, I can at least do Light Arrow cutscene. That was like my train of thought. I was like, if there's something on Light Arrow cutscene that could help me because of that hammer, but yeah, well, we'll see. That it didn't help out. It didn't really. It was a piece of heart, so yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else from chat?
Doesn't look especially like it. Yeah, GG's.
Thank you. Thanks, chat. Yeah, thanks for the restream, by the way. Yep.
No, thanks for racing. We can't do these restreams without racers to cover, after all.
Yeah. Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah. But good luck to you in the next round. Is he going to be a tough opponent there? See how it goes.
Yep.
EXR wants to do some shoutouts, and then I can take us out.
Sure. Sure to give YUSoEpic and Ryuja a follow. Thank you to Star for doing 20-minute commentary, and thank you to Carliana and Spencer for doing tracking. No other matches today, but Star can off some that are coming up.
Yep, so we're gonna. So coming up ahead on the CSR schedule tomorrow, there's a couple different things going on. We've got ourselves Riley versus Goomba was pushed back 4 hours to 4:40 p.m. Eastern here on this channel. That will, and then at 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, that'll be the Zelda 2 Randomizer weekly race in preparation for the Max Rando tournament coming up soon. We've got Sponge versus Curioso Wednesday at 12:20 Eastern, and then more races coming up throughout the week.
I'm actually interested in learning Zelda 2 Rando. I like the game, but I don't really know where to start. So
Check out the weekly tomorrow night then, if you have the time. So 10 Eastern,
Yeah.
so it's 10 your time.
It's kind of late.
Or you can always check out the Max Random tourney races. I would not recommend riding Max Random in 1 week.
Alright.
But yeah, no, I think that'll be about it for us. I could have sworn I looked up a raid target, but in the meantime, though, thanks for watching, everyone. My idea for raid target is going to be Zopar. He's currently doing testing out some new settings in OoTR. We've mentioned a few of these in comms so far. We've got Great Sanity, one hit bonk KO